Hey everybody, I'm the MoeChicken. Welcome to my stream. Have I been live for 9 minutes? The little like time ticker thing that you get on the stream says that I've been going for 9 minutes. I don't think I've been going for 9 minutes. Anyway, hi. Welcome to my stream. Oh, happy Tuesday everyone. Hope you're having a good one. I decided that tonight I would do some drawing. I want to do a little bit of drawing, and I had what I think is going to be a fun idea. So you know, I've got several friends on Discord and so forth who have little character avatars. I guess you'd call them OCs. And I thought it might be kind of fun to just draw some of them. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. I'm going to take some of the various original characters that my friends have, and I'm going to draw them. And hopefully it'll be fun, and hopefully they won't get upset about me drawing them. So let's go ahead and get started. Desktop, this one. All right. So who do I want to start with? I think who I'm going to start with is Blackvoot's guy. So, for those who are not familiar, show you. My friend Blackvoot has a little character. Let me get a good picture of him. This is what he looks like. Hey, picture Black. Let me find some like. Come on. There's a fan art section. I could show the fan art, I guess. There he is. It's not quite how I planned to make it, but yeah, that's sort of he's like a tall dude in a blue suit with the hair, and I'm gonna try to draw this. Hey Jimmy, welcome. Well, oh, I should have music. I'm sorry, I need music on. Turn on my desktop audio and okay, so there should be music going. Looks kind of quiet, but I'm gonna bump it up a little bit. Hey, Black. Good timing, Black. You just missed me explaining what I'm doing, but I'm about to draw you. So get excited. Yeah. Let me know if the audio is too low, any of that, so forth and so on. So yeah, I'm just gonna be drawing people's pictures. Yeah. Or characters. Let's see. What pose I want you to be in. Character's kind of a beanpole. Yeah, how's everybody doing tonight? Are you having a good Tuesday? I am excited because this is my birthday week, which means on Thursday we will be doing our annual playing of Super Metroid. So that will happen on Thursday. Normally, my birthday's not actually on Thursday. My birthday's on Saturday, but I think I mentioned it before. I'm going to be driving all day on Saturday because I'm going home to visit parents. So yeah, we're going to do it on Thursday. And it should be fun. I hope, at least. But other than that, I had a pretty good day. I got to have lunch with a friend of mine from my old job. A happy impending chicken day. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let's see here. Make another one. But yeah, we had a nice little catch up lunch meeting or lunch catch up, and I enjoyed it. I had a good time. She's I'm happy to know that she has also found new work. Although apparently she found it like instantly. You know, for me, I had to struggle for a little while to find employment after my layoff. I still thought that I did pretty well, but she apparently she left the company I used to work at and put out like 10 job applications, and then like the next day she had two offers. So I guess that her skills are a bit more in demand than are mine. But it was good to know that she's doing well. Although I gotta say, you know, hearing how things were going at the place I used to work, that is a sinking ship. Does not sound like it's doing very well. Does your character have a nose, Black? Do you have a nose? You do have a nose, don't you? I so infrequently draw noses nowadays. Yeah, you've got a nose. But that was good. That was fun. And then other than that, I've been working on painting those little robot friends that I made. I put out a picture earlier. Let me see. I've been 3D, testing out my new 3D printer and putting in some, making some little robot boys. Ooh, I'll show this off too. Look at this thing that Black made. Yeah, I saw, Black, you were talking about, well, here are the robot friends. So we got like two of these guys. These are the first two I made. They're actually partially painted now. And then these two are pretty early in terms of the painting. But yeah, but this is Procreate Dreams. It's good, huh? You were saying that you rather like it, huh, Black? You want to bite? That's good to hear because like I finished up that I am showing my screen, right? Yeah, okay, it's going across. It's like night and day. I should try it out then. I finished up my submission for the Game Grumps animated thing that I was working on. Actually, apparently though, I missed the day for the invoicing. So I will not get paid until the new year because I failed to get my invoice in time, which was dumb of me. But let's see. I feel like you would have like eyelashes. I don't know if that does that look like eyelashes? That does not look like eyelashes. Let me try it again. It's a little bit more like eyelashes. Yeah, I didn't get my invoice in time, so I'll have to wait until the new year to get paid, which is fine. I mean, again, it was more of a concern before I had a job. I've got a job now, so it's not quite as desperate to get the money early. But I did feel silly. I was like, God, doggone it. Some people in the Discord that they set up for that effort were talking about that earlier today, and I was just like, oh right, I needed to do that, and I forgot it. I really like your character, by the way, Black. He's really fun to draw. He's so expressive. Like anytime I try and draw, like, is this character just called Blackfoot? Does this character have a name outside of just Blackfoot, or is it just sort of like you as a cartoon character? Does he have an earring? Does he have an earring? I think he has an earring, doesn't he? Lil Black. Okay. I'm glad you're here because I can ask you questions directly. Does he have an earring? I feel like he's got an earring. Sometimes he has an earring. Okay, well, I'll leave off the earring, I guess. What was I talking about before that? Little robot friends. Yeah, the little robot friends are coming along pretty well. I'm having fun making them too, because like I was having the same problem with the robots that I was with little plus-shaped star silver earrings like the ones I usually wear. So like that, just kind of like a plus sign. It's a pointed cross. Oh, like some more like kind of like that, I guess. And it's below the earlobe. Okay. Is this more correct, Fleck? I never looked closely enough at your earrings. Well, just let me know. Yeah, okay, cool. We'll do it that way then. Put a little of that. What was I talking about? Yeah, I was having the same. Usually wearing headphones, that's fair. I was having the same problem that I was having with 3D modeling that I was having with illustrating, namely that I was putting too much emphasis or too much pressure to make it look like really like finished and spectacular and all that sort of stuff. And I think part of that comes from me focusing too hard on working on images or 3D models of Maria, because I always want her to look good, and you can't always do that. And so I think I was just pressuring myself too much. And so I have started to do things that are sort of like completely on their own. That's what the little 3D, the little robot guys are. You know, they're just kind of like just a new out of left field kind of thing. And then those, the last time I did an art stream, I did those characters that were like just kind of like generic fantasy characters. And it's worked pretty well, you know. Sometimes just like changing things up, trying like a new sort of graphic will really help out a lot. So I've been enjoying it. Although I will admit I'm not super duper happy with the paint job I did on the little guys I showed just a minute ago. They're a little it's a little rougher than I would have liked it to have been. I think part of that was because the filament was actually absorbing some of the paint. So it may be that I will have to put in more coats than intended. But overall, it's a good thing. I'm happy about it. I am so bad at drawing shoes. That's one of those things that I really need to like just practice. Like I need to just go like look at shoes and just practice drawing shoes. I have a friend who used to complain about that. Like he'd say anytime he'd see video game characters or like anime, they'd always just have shoes that were just the most basic, like just a shape, you know? Like nobody puts a whole lot of effort into the shoes. And I took that to heart, although I've never really learned to draw shoes that are interesting, I guess. Even these are just kind of like loafers. How's that? It's a little black. He's thinking. trying to decide if I want to draw these as or color these as I go, or color them at the end, because I want to get a couple of different OCs done before I have to stop. This song is so good. The legs are different widths. That's better. I guess I'll just go on to the next person. Maybe I'll come back later and color everybody. That makes more sense. Now then, little details. This leg is weird. this leg is weird. Do I want to change the leg? I just leave it like it is. Did I miss anything? Is there anything that I left out that's like integral to his character? Did I get anything wrong here? I think whenever I think of this character, I always immediately go back to the camel animation that you did, Black. I love that little camel animation. Excellent. All right. So there is Blackwood. Blackwood. All right. Who's next? I want to do corn-fed, I think. Yeah, it's that was that face. The black happy is the face that came from the that one where he like pushes both humps down. And he's just like, I did it. And gets hit in the face. So funny. No problem. I'm glad you were here to actually see it. All right, I want to do corn-fed next. The problem with a lot of these is I'm working off of like their profile pictures, which are very small. So I'm just having to like do my best here. I need a picture of corn-fed. 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 Where's corn-fed? I need I need him to be commenting at some point. Say something, corn-fed. I'm just digging through Discord right now, looking for a picture of corn-fed. There's Chaka. I should do Chaka too. Corn-fed, come on, man, where are you? Say something. Just going through Discord. Say something, corn-fed. Speak to me, corn-fed. Oh, I know where I should go. It's almost always in the suggestions or the these guys. Let's see. Come on, corn-fed. I know you're in here somewhere. Oh wait, hang on. I've got a regular chat with him. That'll work. Yeah, corn-fed. Fed with corn. Awesome. For those that don't know, this is our good boy corn-fed's portrait. It's very cute. It's very cute. It's actually a reference to I didn't know this going into it. It is a reference to a character from Duckman, actually. There was a character named Corn-Fed Pig from the TV show Duckman, and see, I guess I'll show you a picture of that. Let's see. Google images. Duckman corn-fed. Here he is. It looks pretty different from what corn-fed's little character looks like, but this is the character. He's just kind of like a weird pig dude. But that is what corn-fed is supposed to be. But I really think that his little avatar is much cuter. I don't know where he got it from, for that matter, but it's very cute. All right, get out of here, Black. Go away. Get out of here, Black. You're not supposed to be on the screen anymore. Get out of here. It's corn-fed's time. Oh, what happened? little bit. Cast aside. It's true. Rejected for a pig. Cast aside for a pig. Also, I asked before, can y'all hear the music okay? Again, I want to make sure that it's actually audible. Hola! Hello, dang it. We're doing art tonight. I'm drawing people's OCs. For funs. Yay, art! It's pretty quiet for you, but you can hear it. Well, I want you to be able to hear it. Let me bump it up a little bit. Okay, turn it up a little bit. I don't want it to be overpowering, I just want you to be able to hear it. So let me know if that is audible. So I believe Cornfed was a detective in the show. I never really watched Duckman. Like, I remember when it was out. That was before I really knew that Klasky Supo was responsible for all that, like... I know it's sort of polarizing. I know some people like it. I can't stand the Klasky Supo art style, where it's like everything is extremely ugly. On purpose, apparently. Apparently they intended for that to be the case. But yeah, it's not for me. But yeah, I remember seeing the Duckman commercials and being like, this is really ugly. This is a really ugly show. I don't know. Like, I mean, I watched a ton of like Rugrats growing up, but like thinking back, I don't know why. I think it's just because it was on. You think it works? It's an ugly world about an ugly show about an ugly world against a handsome duck. Well, that's fair. The voice of the duck was George from Seinfeld, right? Wasn't it what Jason Alexander? Wasn't that who it was? Let's see, is that right? Oh, he has his jacket open. Okay, never mind. All right. Operating off of the Duckman images, and then also like the tiny little picture that Cornfed has. So good at ranting. It's true. There's a talent to that. Well, now we got more people here. Welcome, more people. How are you doing? How's your Tuesday? Are things going well? When you say ugly art style, do you mean Ren Stimpy or like Dr. Katz? Well, specifically like the Klasky Supo style. So if you know like Rugrats or Rocket Power or like Real Monster, they all have this very like rough kind of look about them. I mean, this looks like it's Klasky Supo. I don't know for sure, but it certainly does look like it. Life is hard. Oh, I'm sorry to hear it, Cyber. I hope things improve. Yeah, it was, I mean, some people really liked it. Some people thought it was a really cool, like, you know, stylish look. And one thing I will say is that a lot of, the gay subtext between Duckman. Wild Form, yeah, like, back in the day, back in the 90s, at the very least, all of the cartoons looked different. Like, I'm a huge proponent of variety, even if some of it's ugly. But I really just can't say much for the I've heard it called like the like cow art, I think is hey Hobby Hambo. I've heard it described as the cow art, and it's like the kind of like every character has like that same smile that's like that, and they're all like bendy people, so they're all like wobbly arms. And like that, everyone looks like this. Like so many cartoons, there's a period of time where like everything looked just the same, and I hated it. So I'm glad that we've got like, we had variety back then, but we also had cow and chicken, and I can't say that cow and chicken was a good thing. It was not, despite the fact that I am a chicken. I never liked cow and chicken. I thought it looked hideous. I hated whenever it was on. It just grossed me out. I was like, ugh. They had this weird obsession with like slowly inching cows' udders into frame. And then they also had obsession with the red guy's butt. They just so many like butts and like udders and death. The only thing that I really remember from Cow and Chicken that I liked was there was an episode where Chicken and his friends Flem and Earl were trying to get tough, and so they found a mentor in a man named Sergeant Weenie Arms, who was like a drill sergeant who had hot dogs for arms. And driving from home for the hospital. Oh, are you going? Wait. I hope you're not going to the hospital. Well, I was gonna say I hope it's not for yourself, but I also just sort of hope it's not for anybody, you know. But I'm sorry to hear that, Cyber. Feel free to lurk. Hope things go well. Yeah, it was like this drill sergeant, and he had like hot dogs for arms, and they're like, this guy will teach us how to be tough. It's okay, it's your dad. Well, I hope your dad's okay then. Yeah, and like this guy just made them do the most ridiculous things. And I will always remember the moment where he says, like they met him in a cave, and he was like, I want you to cut down that cave tree. And like there's a brief moment where the boys were like, oh, we get to go cut down a tree, and then he just yelled, with your faces. And so they had to like cut down a tree with their faces. It's just really silly. That's like one of the only funny things I remember from Cow and Chicken. And I also really like the fact that when Cow was in her superhero heroine form, which I don't even remember the name of it anymore, maybe it's just been Super Cow, she just spoke nothing but Spanish. Just like it's just such a silly, like, why only Spanish? Why did she suddenly become fluent in Spanish when she turned into a super heroine? It was very silly. But for the most part, I thought it was a hideous cartoon and never want to watch it. Oh, I also really liked the idea of boneless chicken being just like a chicken that just flops around everywhere. I guess it had some funny ideas. It was just so ugly. It was just such an ugly cartoon. Oh, it was so hideous to look at. The thing that impresses me is the fact that everyone in the show was voiced by the same guy. Really? That's interesting. I didn't know that. Can't remember where I heard that. I want to say I heard that one time. That like someone was talking about when you make a cartoon, you cast yourself as all the voices. To save on like paying other voice actors. I think Aaron Hansen mentioned that maybe. It was like, yeah, when you make a show, you want to do as many voices as possible for yourself. The show looks terrible and awful gross. Yeah, it's just like gross. I don't know. To each their own. If you like it, you like it. That's fine. But I don't. I don't like intentionally looking at things that are like hideous. Although, you know, this is something that I noticed from another show that I think is kind of hideous, One Piece. Not a fan of One Piece, but it is much harder and requires a great deal more creative energy to constantly come up with like diverse, ugly characters than to have everyone kind of look the same. You know, there's something to be said for that. You know, it's like if you're able to be creative and come up with all kinds of like weird looking characters. That's the same thing my mom said when she put the brown bag over my face before school every morning. Aw, too relatable. Yeah, I mean, it takes talent to like come up with a lot of like weird, ugly designs, and it certainly makes things look more diverse. It's just, everything, you know, at the end of the day, it's like you're spending a lot of time working hard at making things that are hideous. I don't know. Maybe I'm too shallow when it comes to cartoons. It's just the same hourglass va-va-voom lady. I don't enjoy most ugly cartoons, but I do respect them. Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably a fair way for me for me too. Is that, you know, it's Hanukkah time. Very good. Very good. Actually, that's a good question. I've seen Hanukkah spelled either like that, like kind of looks like you'd pronounce it Chanukah, and I've also seen it spelled Hannukah. I wonder if there's like a both are correct. Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess they're both, you know, romanizations of a Hebrew word, so, you know, as long as they both you can read them, it makes sense. I like how portly I made him. He's very cute. I like how portly he is. Chattanooga. Oh, that's where they got the choo-choo. Does he have a belt? I don't think he does have a belt. No, he's just got like, you look at the actual picture of him, he's just got like, his pants are just like a bodysuit kind of. He's got really uncomfortably high inseam on his pants, it looks like. I have lived a lifetime today. My brain is onion rings. Well, you are in good company. For I am a chicken. We will both be delicious on the table. Your brains and me. Just sort of in general. The day is over, my friend. You can just... You bought a house? You bought a house today? Are you serious? That's incredible. Congratulations. It counts, hobby. It counts. That's wonderful. Oh, I want a townhouse. I don't have my stuff together enough to do that kind of thing, but dude, congratulations. Big congrats to that. That is a big deal. It is a big deal to have any sort of like property. Congratulations. Wonderful. Really great. Proud of you. Proud of you for being a potential homeowner. Wish I was a potential homeowner. Lived in this apartment for like 10 years now. So, had much mommy monies. Let's see, you said that you got an accepted offer. So what are like the next steps of the process? Again, I've never had a house, so I don't know what's involved with getting one. Yeah, I got what you meant, but thank you for clarifying. It's good to know it wasn't a fetish. Mortgage confirmed, get appraisal for bank inspection, Subject removal, other stuff. Cool. That's wonderful. Wish I had a house. No one to blame for that but myself. I just never got my act together. But, you know. There are lots of things in my life that I could say that about where it's just like, why don't I have this? Oh, right, because I just never got my act together. Alright. Oh, I forgot. I started his hat and then never finished it. I was about to say we're done with corn-fed, but nope. Still gotta do the hat. Is real estate expensive in West Virginia? I would assume not. It's expensive in Virginia, which is where I live, but I don't know about West Virginia. I would assume it's cheaper in... Yes, this is corn-fed. So the theme tonight, since you weren't here at the beginning, is I'm drawing people's OCs. So I'm doing corn-fed. I already did Black. And I want to do a couple more. I think I'm going to do Groods' bat character. And then maybe Jackdraw's character. And then we'll see who else. Yeah, I mean, I tend to be quick about these things. It's both a positive and a negative of my art. Is that it's very like gestural and rapid, which means that oftentimes it's not quite as refined as a piece where someone spends like a lot of time on it. You could just draw Dan and V, just two heckling trash bags. I could draw you two as trash bags with the faces of Waldorf and Stantler from the Muppets. I watched Muppet Family Christmas and the Muppet Christmas Carol in Discord the other day, and oh, I loved them so much. The Muppets are just such a delight, you know? I don't know if it's just because I grew up with them or what, but there's something about the Muppets that I'm really hoping that we don't suddenly find out some sort of awful thing about Jim Henson and suddenly we have to cancel Jim Henson and never enjoy the Muppets again, because holy crap, I love the Muppets. I love them so much. Their humor is timeless. They're like funny. They're like genuinely very funny, but also genuinely very heartfelt without being like smarmy. Just, I mean, you never know. You never know. I'm going to continue to say I hope we don't find out anything bad about Jim Henson, because you never know. But for right now, we can still enjoy him, and oh my gosh, it's just, I love watching the Muppets. They're so funny. How are they that you know what it's like? It's very much like Homestar Runner, I would say, in my mind. It's humor that is timeless, continues to be funny regardless of how much time passes, and is like funny in its own special way. Eden! Oh, wonderful! I've missed you so much! Thank you for stopping by. Don't set timers on Jim. I don't know what setting a timer means. I mean, I know what setting a timer means, but I don't know what it means in this context. Eden, it's wonderful to see you. It's been such a long time. Hello, Darkman. Good to see you too. Also, what is that a picture of? It's a person holding up an L? Oh, we got people coming out. That's wonderful. Thank y'all so much. Good to see you. I worry about folks when I don't see them for a while, so it's always nice to get a check-in. All right. There's my boy Corn-Fed. My boy Corn-Fed. Oh, his tie is striped. Oh, no, actually, in his little illustration, his tie is not striped. Okay, who's next? Should we do Chaka or should we do Groods next? Suggesting we may have limited time to enjoy someone deceased before they get richer. I mean, look, I don't want anybody to be canceled. It's not up to me. It's up to someone else getting angry. Like, I mean, yeah, there's some people who are like, you know, we find out they did horrible things, but I really don't like the whole vibe of like, the fear of cancellation. Like, I feel it. I mean, I'm a anger can be fun, like breaking stuff. Anyway, not important. I want to do Groods next. I need a picture of Groods' character though, is the problem. Are you gonna go for those kids next? No, I'm not gonna go off on a rant. I just don't want I don't know. Cancel culture is dangerous, in my opinion. But it can be used properly, so. Where? I thought I had a picture of Groods. No? I don't have a picture of Groods. I'm just digging through Discord, by the way. So I guess I'll show y'all what I'm doing. Looking for a picture of Groods. Oh, look at that! Look at that! I mean, that's Groods, but look at this thing! That's so cool! Oh, I love it. I love it. Digging. This was cute. This was something that Mate put out the other day. It's very cute. Look at this needle. That I was saying earlier that Nathan. Oh yeah. Everybody who doesn't know, Nathan Blackfoot put out a new song last weekend. Go get it. Go get it. It's good. It's everywhere. Go get it. What is this though? What is this? I'm not doxing Black. They put it right there. Nathan Blackwood. What is this? Guillotine Chan. Where the frick? I need a picture of Groods. Digging. There's one of Groods' characters. Nietzsche, and I can't remember the other one. Nietzsche and Nietzsche's roommate with no arms. That's really good. That's really good. That's really good too. I'm just showing. Can't you search? I don't know. Can you? There we go. There's a picture of him. I'll use this as my example. I mean, I wasn't searching for like a particular thing. I was just looking for a picture of Groods, so I didn't really know how I would go about searching that. It is not Trails. So we are listening to the soundtrack from the Saga series. This is a song called Hidden Words from Romancing Saga 1, which I've actually been wanting to play more Saga recently. I was listening to this soundtrack in the car the other day, and I was like, these games have really cool music. They're so weird though. Like, you have to when it comes to the Saga games, you have to kind of like get into how they play, because if you're not familiar with most of the Saga games, they have this thing where like you will I always kind of weirdly associate him with like bending over a little bit, like having kind of like an almost hunched posture. Saga games hurt your brain. There's something special about them. You have to play them by their rules. But yeah, so like whenever you go into battle, you always start off at like full HP, and at the end of a battle you get all your HP restored. But the trade-off is that in battle things can do a ton of damage. So it's this weird like balancing act of minimizing damage during battle and also pressing forward to get the battle done, because you know you'll be healed at the end. What's that doing there? Get out of there. What's this thing here? Get out of there. Have you played many Saga games, Darkman? Like, which ones have you tried? I have played Saga 1 and 2, which are the Game Boy ones. I have played Romancing Saga 1, 2, and 3. I've played Saga Frontier, and I played a little bit of Scarlet Grace. But yeah, I mean, they're their own. Hey, Lori, try one of them from PS2. Well, the PS2 had Unlimited Saga, which is not a very good Saga game from what I understand. The PS2 one, it had Unlimited Saga, and it had the remake of Romancing Saga 1, which was okay. Yeah, I've never played very far into Unlimited Saga. I want to try it again. Like, I played it once before I really knew much about the Saga games. Did I say hello, Lori? Hi, Lori. You didn't appreciate the PS1 Saga Frontier the first game. You played them the second time. Played through them. Yeah, well, I mean, I think a lot of people didn't realize that they were Saga on the Game Boy one. This is exactly the pose that I associate with Groot's character. It's just kind of like a little hunch over, just like, hey. just a quiet little like, hey. That's what I always associate with this character. It got remastered. Romancing Saga? Did it get remastered? I know Romancing Saga 2 Revenge of the Seven came out. That is a fantastic game. I really enjoyed that one. That was a remake of Romancing Saga 2, as you might guess from the fact that it's called Romancing Saga 2. But it's we never actually got a full translation of the Super Nintendo Romancing Saga 2. As I understand it, the people who were working on the translation of Romancing Saga 2 got like part of the way through it, and then the HD remaster, which is, I mean, it's not my favorite, but it is something, that came out on like PSP, I think, and they're like, okay, well, this is out, so we don't need to translate this anymore. And so like the whole project was just scrapped. And like for a long time, that was all we had was the little the HD remaster, which again I don't think was that great. And Mo convinced the people working on translation stop. It is true, I ruined everything. No, I'm one of the people that really wants to see it finished because I'm very curious about the SNES version because I love the SNES. But I will say that the remake that they made, the Revenge of the Seven, it is true. Every time it's me. I ruin everything. It's absolutely true. Revenge of the Seven's really good. It's like, it's excellent. From what little I've played of the HD remaster of the original game, it has a ton of improvements. Revenge of the Seven has a ton of improvements over the original. Like, this is a really basic one. So, that's going to be my Decepticon name. Mo, the Ruiner. I had a PSX instead of the SNES, but the fighting games on SNES are amazing. Really? Now you got me distracted. Which fighting games? Like, I mean, I guess Street Fighter 2, and then maybe, like, Art of Fighting? I tried to play Art of Fighting once. It was a little bit too technical for me. The Power Ranger ones. There was a Power Ranger fighting game? Or do you mean like, do you mean beat 'em ups? Do you mean like the games where you like walk forward, punch a bunch of guys, and then walk forward and punch a bunch of guys? Or do you mean like a one-on-one fighting game? Hey, hot dog. You had a 3DO. I remind people of that when they ask, what's wrong with you? Wow, 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 wow. What's up, Robo? There were beat 'em ups, and the Zords had a fighting game. Oh, okay. I think I only ever knew the beat 'em up. SNES did absolutely have a bunch of great beat 'em ups. Like that was the prime era of beat 'em up games. Streaming's going good. I'm drawing people's OCs tonight. I could do Helen if you're interested. Just kind of having fun drawing people's OCs tonight, so. Yeah, the Capcom games. Damn right you're interested. Alright, well, we'll see. I'll put her on the list. What are you going to be streaming tonight, Robo? You in love with your Bamboo Lab A1? I'm so glad. I'm glad it's working out for you. I'm pretty happy with the one that I have now. It's working beautifully. I was showing this off earlier. I printed out some new little robot friends. There they are. I printed these guys out. This guy came out just today. That one was is that yesterday? I think I did that one yesterday. I'm having fun just making and painting them. You really wish we got an official US release of the Gundam Wing in this duel with online multiplayer? Really? I remember that game because, like, when I was a kid, I really liked Gundam Wing. I've heard that it's a little tough to go back to nowadays. But it was Koroxate hunting? Okay. Listening to more of Zelda just talking about random things in Hyrule. Such a cool feature. For those who don't know, the little like guide feature in that was added for the Switch 2 releases of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom included like little audio clips of from the voice actors for what was it, Zelda, Master Koga, and I think Rauru is what you said, Robo, to just kind of like talk about stuff in the world, just like little extra clips. I love that kind of thing. So cool. Endless Duel. Yeah, most of what I remember about Endless Duel is the song for Heavy Arms. Let me let y'all listen to it. It's really good. It's a super good song. Let's see. It's sorted. Gundam Wing, Gundam Wing, Gundam Wing, Gundam Wing. Where is it? Where is it? Here somewhere. Oh, what the frick? Where is it? Gundam. Oh no, I played it on an emulator, or rather, I watched friends play it. I've never been good at fighting games, so I watched friends play it on an emulator. Where is that stupid thing? I mean, y'all can't see what I'm doing. I'm just digging around in my iTunes right now. Gundam. Yeah, here we go. Okay. I'll shut up so y'all can listen to it. I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop it, but I feel like I should. Anyway, yeah, that's that was the battle song for heavy arms. His arms very heavy. Is this I just wish the last couple of games didn't become so focused on balance. Oh, Dead or Alive. Weren't they focused on that from like the start? Wasn't that kind of the point? Right from the start? Like I seem to recall. I really regret his hand is huge. His hand is huge. I didn't notice when I was drawing it. There's a big old hand. Maybe shrink this down a little bit. Yeah, I regret that I didn't buy this when I saw it, but I remember seeing the PlayStation version of Dead or Alive once at a used game store, and the only quote on the back of the box was from a character in the game. So like the Dead or Alive series crosses over with Ninja Gaiden. So one of the characters you can play as in Dead or Alive is Ryu Hayabusa. And there was a quote on the back of the box that said something like, so like, these girls are dynamite or something. And it was from Ryu Hayabusa. I remember thinking, that's really funny. That's really funny. What is going on here? What's going on here? What is going on here? Right, I'm gonna have to close this and reopen it. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna save this real quick. Y'all can look at this for a sec. Pre-stream. There we go. Just hang out with that for a bit. Overseas. What you remember, their last game went insane with the DLC and was all thirsty all the time. Well, yeah. That was their niche. So you say that the fighting is different from a regular fighting game. What was different about it? Like, was it more technical? Was it slower? Like, what was it about? What was it about it that was like really different? Alright, let's see if it's gonna work now. First game was pretty tame. It looked good for the PS1, but it wasn't overly pervy and weird unless you tried playing it in early PS1 emulators around late 90s. It was more pervy and weird if you played it on an emulator? Do you mean that like people would make mods for it, or what do you mean that it was more pervy if you played it on an emulator? I remember Mugen. There were some really impressive models for Mugen. There were also some terrible models for Mugen, but there were some really impressive ones. Alright, there's Groots. Alright, how are we doing on time? How long have I been going? About an hour. I'm gonna, y'all can hang out with the Groots for a second. I'm gonna go and grab myself another drink. Be right back. You don't need to memorize combos at all. There's no purpose. Combos exist, but they're just a visual result of pulling off a chain of attacks. The game is all about learning the timing of your moves and your opponent, and you can don that Weokly, you can do that quickly, maybe? If you're observant, means the barrier for entry is much lower. Rumble of Roses, yes. I saw that on Game Grumps once, I think. Okay. Alright, who's next? I think Chaka's next. Is it too, like, obvious if I just make Chaka holding a copy of The Sims? Is that too obvious? I feel like sometimes we pigeonhole her as just someone who plays The Sims. She also plays Tomb Raider. Nah, okay, we're cool. Oh my gosh, that's a big old chunk there. As for emulation, early PS1 emulation was rough in a lot of ways. I remember when I tried DOA in an emulator once, I nearly found my laugh. For some unreason, the bounce physics, which were normal for the time, were bananas. Jumped. Oh my gosh. I gotta actually look at a picture of her. I'm just trying to draw her from memory. What does she look like? What do you look like, Chaka? Hang on, what do you look like? What's your little character look like? From, let's see, from what I remember, the Sims, they started the age restriction on gaming around that time. Could be a box for my boyfriend. You mean my boyfriend too? Yes. What does their actual little bodysuit look like? Let's see, let me open up. Briefly go over to her channel. You also watch Chaka if you don't, by the way. Good content. Very enjoyable to listen to. Use more foot talk. Please don't introduce more foot talk. I don't need more foot talk, thank you. I'm fine with the small amount of foot talk that exists in my day-to-day life. I don't need any more. I don't need any more. It's okay. Put that somewhere else. It's like foot talk and pee talk. That's become a huge thing in Ian's channel, and man, I would be just like fine with it going away. People always talking about Ian peeing, and it's just like, please stop. Please stop. It was like one joke way back in Dust. We don't need to talk about it anymore. Ian instigated foot talk, but why? Ian, why would you do this? Terrible, terrible business. Entirely his fault. Well, he is a troublemaker if nothing else. I have really been enjoying Ian's return to Raw Danger. I was listening to it before the stream started. Oh my gosh, I love that game. What an amazing game. Some people just want to watch the world burn. Yeah, well, that ain't me. Yeah, the voting thing is working out pretty well too. I guess, but I mean, not everyone here necessarily watches Ian's stream. When I talk about Ian, I'm talking about Brutal Moose. Brutal Moose has recently been playing through the PS2 game Raw Danger, which he has played before. Played it a couple of years back, and it for those who don't know, Raw Danger is like a survival. Well, I was gonna say it's a survival sim. The first chapter of it as a survival sim, and then the rest of it is just kind of like a branching narrative with like gimmicks. And but one of the gimmicks that is consistent throughout the whole game is that you have a lot of like voting or a lot of like dialogue choices throughout the game. And the first time he played, you know, he just sort of made the choices himself. But this time, he opted to set up little like quick polls every time a choice for like dialogue comes up, and just sort of let the chat decide how the characters talk. It's been funny. Has Ian ever played Incredible Crisis on stream on a PS Bingo? I don't think so. I've played Incredible Crisis. Not on my channel, but I've played through it before. I don't know if he'd get through it. Like, that's a frustrating game, man. Incredible Crisis, I guess, again, for those who don't know, is like this, I guess you'd call it like a mini game collection, sort of. It's like a narrative game where it can be. Some of those games are pretty much required to be frustrating. They're like,
mute my microphone during the intro screen, and you'll all hear me.
Shut up, Taka. She started talking, and I didn't realize what was going on. Because I had her stream open so I could look at her little Nessie. It's frustrating you're failing, yeah. Absolutely frustrating when you're failing. I guess what you're saying, Dan, is that you never fail, so it's not frustrating for you? Is that what I'm getting from this? The art is so good, it came to life. Yeah, exactly. Don't you know, when I draw things, they become alive? It's true. Kill it! Kill the art! Kill it before it breeds! Yeah, Incredible Crisis. It's like a game where you play as sort of like a family of like a Japanese family, and the premise is that at the outset of the game, the grandmother who lives with the family, it's her birthday, and so everyone needs to be home on time for her birthday. That's the setup. And the whole game is about how everything goes wrong. Everything goes wrong throughout the whole day in like just insane ways. And like each event has some sort of mini game. Like there's one that's like a button mashing game, or there are a couple other button mashing games. There's one that's like a matching game. There's one that's like, there's several that are timing games. The humor is very funny. Like it is a solidly funny game, but when you're not winning at it, it's rough. It is so frustrating when you're not winning. And some of the games are awful. Like there's the one, the sneaking one that the mom does. Like one of the events that happened. You personally prefer funny humor, but that's just you. I'm guessing you're saying that like all humor is funny, and that's what the joke is. Sorry, I didn't get it. Some people prefer their humor set. Okay, yeah, okay, that's the joke. One of the events that happens with the mom is that she wanders into a bank robbing. Basically, she goes to a bank as it's being robbed, and that's the joke. and she has to like sneak around, and it's just so frustrating. Read in a German accent, and that's the joke. That is the joke. I like my humor unfunny. Mm. And that's the joke. I don't really know why Shaka's Nessie wears like a wetsuit. I'm convinced that the people who made the ads for Jojo Rabbit didn't understand that sad things aren't humor, because that movie was not the comedy they advertised. A onesie. Isn't that kind of like a thing nowadays where like dramatic movies are just called comedies and they're just not comedic at all, but they're just referred to as comedies? Alright, what game is she holding? Game is she holding? Let's see. Herbs. Images. Herbs. Sims Medieval? Okay, she can be holding Sims Medieval. Let's see. Oh, that's sign. Sims Medieval. She's just holding a picture of feet. You wouldn't even call it a dark comedy. It's a heavy World War II drama with a touch of levity thrown in to get the odds from getting so depressed that they commit seppuku and lose it. Yeah! That's kind of what I'm talking about. It's like... I don't think you can call it's a good drama, but squarely a drama. I don't know. I know I'm kind of weird about like I like things to be light, you know, I don't like dramatic movies much, but you know, call it what it is. If it's not a comedy, don't call it a comedy just to fool people into watching it. You're just gonna bum people out. Whatever. I would say any scene with an imaginary Hitler is pretty funny. Not gonna comment any further on that one. Not gonna say anything else on that one. I'm so distracted by trying to get this, like, the image of this, like, game cover right. I'm looking at this, by the way. This is the cover I'm referencing, is this one here. Whatever, it's fine. The point is just to show that she's holding the Sims. Blah, 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 blah. Give me a topic, though. Something that's not involving Hitler, please. something else, please. I need something to talk about. I have no feedback on this movie I've never seen before. Mussolini. Not really an improvement. Thanks for trying. Sam Rockwell. Name another movie he's been in. Like, I know the name, but I can't picture the face. We're doing this again. I tell you what, when you two are together, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do when you two are together. I'm gonna talk about the music or something. Give me a good song. Kieran's theme. That works. Yeah. That was actually one of the things I really liked about the Saga series, just sort of in general, is how, like, the magic wasn't the standard, like, fire, water, wind, and earth or whatever. It was like mirage and like illusion and stuff like that. It was cool that it was like different. I like when things are different, Okay, there's Chaka. There's Chaka. Who do I do next? All right, on to the next person. Next up, I think we will do Helen. Let's do Helen. Should I do Chibi Helen or should I do regular Helen? I usually do Chibi Helen. Draw a Sam Rockwell. Yeah, sure, you got it. Regular? Okay. I am blocking you two out. Y'all are troublemakers. I don't know how I got myself two troublemakers. I had Possum here, and she wasn't nearly as much of a troublemaker as y'all are. What pose do I want to do her in? I don't like that. Get out of here. 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 I'm mean because I bullied you. I'm mean because you bullied me about Power 64. That's how it works? Cool. Speaking of, actually, Dan, were you the one? Somebody put a comment in the last Bomberman vid on my channel that said something to the effect of like they acknowledged me or something like that. Was that you? Somebody said like they acknowledged me for having beaten the game. I didn't know who it was. It wasn't. It didn't read Dan Dang Done It, so I don't know if that's your YouTuber name. Okay, well, thank you. Yes, we did beat it, and I beat it with that silly method of bouncing Sirius off the screen, which is very fun. I don't know what to do for Helen. Everybody else, like the pose. I think it read another name. I don't think it was Dan Dang Done It. Let me see. Videos. Like I was gonna draw her in a picture where she was playing this one. Pause that. Yeah. Dan Techad 2227. Is that you?
Boss. Yes. Thank you, Crow's Grave.
Shut up, me. Okay, so that is you. Got it. Okay, yeah. I was like, I thought I guessed since it had Dan in there, I thought maybe it was like I thought it was you, but I also thought maybe it was someone named Dante, and so I was confused. It's a game you're super into right now. Been playing a lot of Lufia 2 recently. I wanted to draw a picture of her playing like a Game Boy. Because I think back to that t-shirt, which is still one of my favorite t-shirts, the one from like the first Robo Bonanza. Where she was playing a Game Boy, and I really like it. But I can't think of like a good pose for it. Like that first one I drew was going to be her having like her hands like way out away from her body playing the Game Boy. But it didn't look right. You've heard of Lufia 2, the game. You know, that's a shame about Lufia 2. Like, I can't dispute what you're saying. Yeah, it's got a lot of problems. It's an excellent game, though. The problem is that most of its legacy is the glitches in it. And most of the glitches are based exclusively on the fact, on the American version, which used a different text encoding than the Japanese version, which like completely ruined so much of the well, the thing is, the localization is excellent. Like, it's one of the better localized games for the Super Nintendo, in my opinion. It's just the what do you call it? The text encoding. Like the translation, I think, is done very well. Certainly better than a lot of Super Nintendo games. Way better than like Harvest Moon. Harvest Moon's localization is laughable. But yeah, it's just kind of a shame because like it's such a good game that mostly is known for having a lot of like glitches. I would recommend it. I would recommend playing it. If all you ever heard is that it's glitchy or whatever, play it. Yeah, it wasn't a working design job. All right, I'm overthinking this and I'm wasting time. But yeah, it's an excellent game, and I really like it. I love a lot of the what do you call it? There's one funny glitch you do know of. The game can ignore not having enough gold for the... Yeah, that is a problem. That is true. Although considering... yeah, I am a huge fan. Did y'all know that Hobby streams? Hobby streams. It's true. You went back and verified that the Arthur Odyssey game on Saturn. Oh, the Albert Odyssey. Yes. I mean, I'm not surprised. That's how Working Designs is. They just, you know, their philosophy was make the games harder and make them uncomfortable to watch. Yeah, okay, fine. Fine, Jimmy. Game's broken. Yes, the game's broken. You should still play it, though. Doggone it. It does, unfortunately, have a lot of problems. Everyone be nice to me for like 10 minutes so I can heal. Everybody be nice to me. Why is everyone so mean to me? Make fun games I like. That's like telling people off Fallout New Vegas is, I love your beard, it's very handsome. Well, thank you. Very kind of you. Everyone loves me. Yes. I'm a fragile little egg. Just 10 minutes. Yeah, you don't have to suffer very long. Oh, such a MoeChicken. Oh, did you do to mow my absence? They were bullying me. I'm not even gonna do that. I'm gonna rip. No, I won't. I'll do your sticky Valley Girl voice. Fine, I'll do it. Fine. Fine. Fine, I'll do your stinky Valley Girl. What? No, stop it. What is going on here? It did that same thing again where it like just started to like not acknowledge my inputs for some reason. I haven't drawn Helen in a while. She's fun. For those that don't know, this is Hobby Ham's. Yeah, you beat me emotionally. It's true. It's true. I'm very fragile. I'm frequently overwhelmed by the two troublemakers in my audience. Two troublemakers show up and like say things, and I don't know what to do. This is my what? This is my what? Did I say hobby? No, it's not. It's not yours. It's not hobby. It's Robo's character. You paused, and I thought you were going to say you were overwhelmed by Giphy GIFs. Oh, sorry, dude. Yeah, definitely not hobbies. Didn't mean it. I'm just overwhelmed easily. I need a picture of her. Let's see. Upload a fake speedrun. That was a real speedrun, a legitimate speedrun of Ocarina of Time. I did the fastest speedrun you will ever see, okay? Fastest speedrun of Ocarina of Time. World record, in fact. No one will ever beat that one. It's too fast. It's too fast. I can imagine trying to translate text by using hexadecimal to locate a certain... Yeah, I mean... Yeah, briefly back on Lufia too. I guess I shouldn't say anything more. I like the game. You know, it's got problems. I forgive them because I enjoy it. If, you know, if it's too broken for you, then it's too broken for you. But I do think it's worth playing. To be sure. Alright. Here's Helen, by the way. This is Hobby Ham's character. Helen. Boy, this is not proportionate at all. This isn't correct. Draw with mega muscles. Big, beefy muscles. So strong. With this song. After we talked about it in Jack streams, I made an attempt to draw them. It was embarrassing. I drew Jack's stream or Jack's characters the other day. I guess I could share that. Let's see. Where is Jack? Actually, yeah, Hobby, do you know if what Jack's preferred pronouns are? I don't really know. That's Jack's character. Cute, right? I have a strong association with this character and ice cream. They, them? Okay. I was getting that impression. But, it's cool. I mean, hopefully they won't be offended if I use the wrong one if I don't know, so. Refer to the Discord. Okay. Very good. Thank you. But yeah, I have a really strong association with mint chocolate chip ice cream, and I was talking to them after the fact, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't even like mint chocolate chip ice cream, but apparently that's just the color I went with." Tried a special beer you picked up at Jungle Gyms, a small batch Christmas season from Belgium. Cool. Cool stuff. I'm nearly drunk. Fantastic. Glad to hear it. You know, I didn't know if... Oh, that's no good. I didn't know if this was going to come together, but it's turning around. La Monus Spéciale Noël. Maybe. Thank you. I like the fact that several people who have like the OCs that I'm drawing actually showed up here. That's a nice little like bonus. I was hoping that people would enjoy it. I was planning to put these out on my Discord later on anyway, so it's nice that people are getting to see the process of actually making them. Once again, I need to learn more about how to draw shoes. I don't draw shoes very well. her hips are a little thick, but that's fine. It's fine. Oop. Okay. Make her sitting on a thing. She's just sitting on this object. I don't know what it is, but she's sitting on it. She's also kind of small. She's smaller than the other ones I've done. Make her a little bit bigger. Just comparable to the other ones. What's going on here? Why are you being so inconvenient right now, Clip Studio? Being poopy. Stop being poopy. Alright. Small variant. Alright, so that we did Helen now. Who's next? How am I doing on time? Got 30 minutes left, we're good. Glad to hear it, Robo. I had someone else who was going to draw. We're forgetting. Who have I done? I've done... So we did Black. Did Corn-Fed. Did Groods. We did Chaka. We did Helen. I was gonna do Jack Draws. Okay. Helen. What? The Cybernators. I mean, I could try to draw him. I'd have to look him up. Let's see. We'll look up a picture of the Cybernator with all of those wires coming out of his head. Cybernator. The film. Assault Suits Valken. No. Movie, yeah. Is this your OC? Is this your OC? What is this? What is this one? What is this movie? I've never seen it before. I don't know how would you draw this character? Shop Amazon. Holiday gifts. Cybernator. Yeah, the first time I first thought of the video game Cybernator when Cybernator first showed up, but no, it's this movie. I guess I could try and draw him. It is a good game, yeah. It wasn't a Troma film, but it was distributed by Troma. Alright, well, I can try and draw him, I guess. I don't, like, all I have is, like, his upper body. I don't know what his lower body looks like. So I'll just draw the upper body, I guess. This is gonna come out decidedly silly, by the way, I think. Kind of looks like handsome Squidward. Anyone guess the Cybernator's weak point? Is it the hoses coming out of his head? So what's his weak point? It is the hoses. Okay. This is really silly looking. Are the hoses also his penis? The finals battle is so short, the exposition's so long. Yeah, what's the movie about? Like, what happens in the Cybernator? Yeah, so this is the sorry. This is the castle theme from Romancing Saga 2, Revenge of the Seven, and I heard this song so much because you have to spend a lot of time in the castle, and it's like it's a safe spot in a game that where many places are not safe, and so I was always really happy to hear it. It's also just such a glorious, like, yay, you're winning kind of song. If I hadn't shown the DVD cover, you think I was drawing Prince Caesar? Is that from Shadows of the Empire? Am I thinking of the right person? The guy from the Black Sun? Yeah, Shadows of the Empire. I could see that. I could see that. Shizor. Oh, okay. This is fun, by the way. I'm having so much more fun drawing this, honestly, than I was Helen. I was trying to be too careful with Helen, but with this guy, I'm just making him goofy as heck. I'm happy with how Helen turned out. Don't get me wrong. She's a cute girl, but this guy is... You like this drawing a lot? It's a lot of fun. I used to do this all the time in school. Like, I would love to draw, just sort of draw on command. You know, someone would be like, hey, draw this, and I would just draw it, and then we'd all laugh. That used to be like my favorite, like, stupid human trick, because I would just draw like dumb things for people. It's perfect. The guy who played Cybernator knew exactly what movie he was in. Yep. You gotta know what movie you're in to play this character. What is a trauma movie? Like, you mentioned trauma before. I've heard that term used before, but I don't know what it means. Is it like a distribution company? Do they make horror movies or something? Like, I feel like I've only ever heard it in reference to like really weird stuff. I don't know what trauma is though. Oh, he does have ears. Okay, give him ears then. It looks like he's gonna bust out laughing constantly, so not menacing. Trauma made Toxic Avenger Crusader. Toxic Crusader. Well, I know what that is, but are they just a company that they're just a movie making company, I guess? Alright, catch you later, Robo. Like I said, I will put all the pictures up in my Discord later, so I can get it to you if you're interested in having it. But thanks for coming out. Good luck finding many nyahahas. Koroks. I couldn't remember what they were called. I was like, all I remember was nyahaha. They specialized in very low budget, often gross out exploitation. Got it. Actually, when I still worked at the place where I used to work, I had an office mate for a little while who was like a Nintendo fan, and I was so excited one day when in the office there was a whiteboard that was right by the entrance to the room, and I didn't really realize it, but if you left the door open, you couldn't actually see all of the dry erase board. And one day I would usually leave the office door open just because I didn't really have any reason to close it. And one time I opened up I closed the door, and she had drawn a little tiny Korok at just the point where if the door was open, you couldn't see him. But as soon as you closed the door, you could see it, and it said, yeah. I thought it was so cute. Just gonna let y'all talk about movies for a little while. I'll just draw. I don't know anything about movies. Ooh, I should probably watch more movies, honestly, but I don't know. I never want to. It's the absolute worst rationale, but I always think, oh, movies are a waste of time. That is absolutely not the case. What is your favorite movie? I don't know. It's probably something basic like Star Wars or Milo and Otis. I love Milo and Otis. That's a movie that could not be made today. That's a movie that probably shouldn't have been made when it was made, but I do love it. Yeah, I've never seen the original Japanese one. I've only ever seen the English one. All right. So this is Cybernator's OC. I hope it's what you wanted, Cyber. If you get the chance, don't watch it. Gotcha. I'll be sure of that. This thing is so silly looking. Alright, well anyway, moving on to the next person. Cyber Natter. Yeah, they're going to the Discord afterward. I may actually color them after the fact, but I was planning to put them in the Discord. I was gonna do Jax. I don't know. Does Hot Dog have like an OC? I know Hot Dog is represented by a cat, but I don't know what. Yeah, I know, right? It's amazing. Both things. See, the problem with, like, I want to do Jax, but I don't know what the lower half of Jack's character looks like. I only know their upper body. I don't know what their lower body looks like. Honestly, that's been just sort of a problem in general with a lot of characters, is that most of the time you see them most of the time you see them from like the upper body because that's all you really need to see. Dude, that's awesome looking. Stop the oppression, free the fart. I'm just digging through Discord again. Come on. Oh gosh. Shimmers don't have a lower half, no legs whatsoever. Hashtag free the fart. Come on. Self promo. Oh, it's fine. What's going on here? Well, I don't know. Oh, that might be it. I did want to do Jax, but I just don't know, what's this? What you got here? What is this? Has them seated. So just sort of bare legs and little shoes, I guess? Looks of things. I want to look at his little icon. Doggone it, I want to look at the little icon. Stop it. Stop it. Get out of here. Look at the little icon. Well, I'll just try. If I get it wrong, I get it wrong. Thank you all for coming out and hanging out with me for this. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it. You needed this? Well, that's great. I'm glad to hear it. You know, I always want people to have a good time when they're watching these. You do these streams, are you drawing on a Wacom tablet, an iPad, or something else? I'm drawing on a Wacom Cintiq. I'll get you the actual information about it. Let's see, what does this say? It's a Cintiq 24. And it has been tremendously helpful. Like, I waffled a little bit about whether or not I wanted to get it when I was first doing it, and then I took the plunge, and I'm so glad I did. Because, like, it's just fantastic. Yeah, I mean, as far as Wacom goes, they make very good products, and their support is okay. The biggest challenge with Wacom is that much of the materials required for a Wacom tablet are like it's very proprietary, so you have to kind of like make sure you keep it in good shape, but they're good. I'm very happy with it. I don't know why this is the vibe I get from Jax. This is just it's the vibe I get from Jax. Yeah, having like one of the nicest things about this tablet is that it's huge. Like it takes up a huge amount of real estate on my desk, but it really like encourages me to draw a lot. Because drawing on is just like really fun. Oh yeah, they ain't cheap. That is one other thing about Wacom, is that they're very stupidly expensive, but you get what you pay for. They do work very well. Oh, and then I think I mentioned it already, but Thursday will be our annual playing of the Super Metroid. It has to happen. It's important. We must have Super Metroid every year. And then, of course, I will be out all of next week because I will be down visiting my parents. So I will have to say, I hope you all have a lovely holiday for those who celebrate, and a lovely week for those who don't. Yeah, probably vanilla. That's what I usually do. Unless there's some style you want me to try. I wasn't planning to do like a randomizer or anything. Can't stream from your phone in parents' bathroom. Not easily. Not in a way that I think would make for good content. I was considering trying to, like, if you go onto the Super Metroid randomizer site, I think you can get, what do you call them? Other sprite models. And so I could try to do, like, a different sprite set for Samus if we wanted to. Probably not be here on Thursday. You're welcome. No. No. I give y'all a hard time and y'all give me a hard time, but I'm glad that people come out. I really do appreciate it. I was talking to a friend about this just the other day, how like I think part of it might be a cultural difference, Welcome to my stream. I'm gonna draw in some toilet paper here. Sploosh. Yeah, I think part of it might be a cultural difference. So like I've heard that there are some people from certain areas of the country. No, not because you're Canadian. You're not a race. You're a nationality. Anyway. There are people in some sections of the country or just wherever. You've heard that there are people, I know, right? It's very, very exciting and unusual. Who, they're sort of like, I guess, love language is like teasing and kind of like giving each other a hard time. And for people like that, it makes perfect sense to be like, okay, well, yeah, we're going to give each other a hard time because that's how we show affection. I didn't grow up with that at all. And so like whenever I hear someone like giving me a hard time, I'm like, oh, I must have done something to hurt them. You know, it's like I immediately, like my brain immediately goes to, I need to apologize. I must have done something wrong. And for some folks, that's just like, no, that's just how we, yeah, we just do regular affection. It's just like, if you like someone, you just say, I like you, and that's it. It's just like appreciation. And so like, it's a very foreign concept when people do that. And I've tried to get used to it, because I know, you know, I've seen it a lot more. It's a good thing you don't use your family. Okay, well, suffice it to say, I do appreciate it, and I'm glad y'all come out. But that's the reason I get kind of like antsy sometimes. I just feel like I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. Jack has like a little belt or something, right? Doesn't Jack have like a belt? It's tough to get. It's like a little... Yeah, like a little alchemist belt. Well, I appreciate that, Dan. I'm just guessing on this, Dan. On this, Jack. I hope it's not wrong. I think I was saying Dan just a minute ago. I don't know. I'm so frazzled at this point. The one danger of doing like art streams is that your brain's going in all kinds of different directions as you're doing it. He's not supposed to know until I've got him in the pit with the hose. Puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again. Oh, well, this conversation is making me sufficiently uncomfortable. Thank you. Does Jack have, like, pants or a skirt? For some reason, I thought it was a skirt. Is it pants? They're puffy shorts. Okay, that's good to know. Like little pumpkin shorts? Okay. We'll just go with this. Clearly, I need to watch more Jack draws. By the way, a lot of the people that I have drawn pictures of this stream also do like Twitch or YouTube or whatever, so go check their stuff out as well. Especially Hobbyham. Did y'all know Hobbyham streams? Hobbyham totally streams. It's true. What you been streaming recently, Hobby? I think I saw you were online the other day. I don't know. Do you have, Oh yeah, shoutouts. That's right, that's a thing, isn't it? How do you do shoutouts? How do you do that? I should do that. exclamation point SO at hobby? Wait. Maybe this? Does this do it? Boop. Does this do a thing? What is going on here? Stop that. Oh, you started Earthbound. Very nice. Earthbound's a fun game. It's the only one of that trilogy that I actually liked. But I did like it quite a bit. As an excellent game. I played that as a youth. I'm just making dramatic guesses about Jack's character here. Dramatic guesses, in fact. Behold the drama. It's a very uniquely wholesome. I think that's what got me about the sequels or the other two, is that Earthbound was like fun. Okay, Earthbound is fun. I like Earthbound. The other ones weren't as much fun. They were more dramatic, I feel like. And that wasn't as fun for me. Earthbound was like silly and enjoyable. Where are you in the game, by the way? How far did you get? No, it's fine. I won't do any more spoilers. I was just curious how far you got. Very. So are you still like in like Won It, I guess? Are you like in the first town? Yes, okay. So very early on. It's a great game. I mean, I think you'll enjoy it. It's fun throughout. It's got a great sense of humor. It's a good time. Alright, well there, I tried to draw Jack. I don't know much about Jack's character, but I gave it a shot. Ooh, yeah, I hope you don't get flooded. Alright, folks. I think that's all we got for tonight. We'll go through them one more time. Let's see, Jack draws. Alright, so we did Jack. We did Cybernator. We did Helen. We did Jaka. We did Grudes. Cornfed. And Blackwood. That's gonna be it. Once again, I will make these available in my Discord. If you're not in my Discord, just subscribe and you should be able to get into it. It's relaxing to watch your drama as well. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. On Thursday, like I said, we will be playing some Metroid, and then on... Oh, yeah, Cornfed, you're here. Here's your picture. That's you. I'm glad you showed up. Yeah, there's your portrait. We'll be playing Metroid on Thursday, and then I will be out next week, so I will have to see y'all after the Christmas week. But thank you for coming out, and I'll see you on Thursday. I'm the MoeChicken. This has been me drawing people's characters, and thanks for stopping by.